I'm Bennett. I'm a recovering addict. So my addiction started in my late teens, early 20s. There was no need for it, no reason for it. I had a great childhood, amazing family, amazing upbringing. I wasn't bullied, I wasn't hated, I had friends. There was no reason for me to turn to drugs. Life was good. I started working as a doorman. In the nightclub scene, I found and worked out and saw drugs. I then started to take cocaine. At the start, when using cocaine, I used to think I had some amazing times. When I look back, in hindsight, I really didn't. The drug for me started socially, and I was using it in social situations, but it became a drug that isolated me as a person. I would use the drug on my own. I would do anything I could do to get money to use. I'd borrow money to use. I'd do whatever it took to be able to do what I needed to do. And what people couldn't see was that I was slowly dying inside. I was destroying my body. I was destroying friendships. I was destroying relationships. I was destroying anything in my way, anything in my path. I'd hit a button, self-destruction. My loved ones and my friends, they saw me going from a fit young person of a decent weight and decent size, with a decent mentality, to being a selfish, manipulative, lying, weak, fragile, lonely young man. My mum always used to say, well, towards the end of my using, my mum used to say, I love you, but I don't like you. I want my Dan back. I want my baby back. This problem wasn't going away. I realised I had to give up. I needed to stop. I didn't want this way of life anymore. I tried over the period of about 18 months to give up on my own. I could go a week, 2 weeks, without using anything. Something would trigger, and then it got into my head and I had to use, I had to pick up. As soon as I picked up, it was like a chain reaction. I was on a warpath. I couldn't stop. I was a state. I was a mess. And it was a vicious cycle I could never get myself out of. It was a rut that I was living in. And I hated myself for it. But ultimately I did lose everything. That's what it took me to. So what happens when you hit rock bottom? Every single person is different. Not one way will work for every single person in recovery. When in the depths, when at your worst, when at your lowest point, you might not see it, you might not think it, you might not feel it, but there is help out there, and there is hope. For me, I've found certain methods, certain ways and coping mechanisms of staying clean and sober. I've used parts from rehab, I've used parts from different books, but mostly I've used parts of different people's experiences and I've turned it into my own way. And that's what's kept me clean and sober. I lost so much time at my worst. I need to now share my story with other people in hope it can help just someone.